What's going on, YouTube? Q back here again with another video for you. Today's video, I'm about to do a review on this 2022 Camaro LT1. So this will be my first time driving anything less than the SS. Today I'm at City of Cars. Shout out to them. Go check out their website. And this vehicle is actually for sale right now. I'll place a link in the description. So I'm about to test drive this car and see what it's like, because I've only driven like the hardcore, the SS1 LE, the ZL1 1LE, and I actually did drive an SS, so it was a 2SS. But this LT1, this is the best value that you can get out of all the muscle cars. If you want a V8, this is the way to go. The cheapest way you can get it, LT1. I personally hold that against this Camaro. I personally don't love the LT1 for a couple reasons. I wasn't crazy about the front end of it. Like, I like the SS front end better. I didn't like the LT1, and it's a phenomenal value. If you want to, I'm about to see how this car drives, but it's a phenomenal value for the price that you get, and what you get is really good. But the looks of it, it's not my thing. And these things are very cheap. When they first came out, $34,000, but now you can option them up. You can get, I'll get over the features later, but you can lease these for like $300, around $300 a month, or even cheaper. I think some people did, and that killed the resale values of Camaros. So when I sold my SS1 LE, I didn't get as much as I would have gotten in the past before these were introduced to the market. So that's just me. That shouldn't bother you though. But let's take a walk around this thing real quick. So how can you tell it's an LT1? Like I said, the giveaway is the front end of it. I think it has the front end of a V6. So you can still get the SS, and there's differences. Go check out Blueprint's video. He kind of goes over the differences between the SS and the LT1. And we got the red brake calipers down here. And we got the big LT1 badge. Also, shout out to the rest of them in the culture. We got Race Car Friends and the 100 Gang Nate. Also, shout out to the guy, Hot 1 LE. This is his car. Hot Red, or Red Hot. Forgot what the actual color is, but red Camaro. Here we go. So you see we got the quad tips down here. That means that we got the MPP, or the dual exhaust mode. Then we got this black spoiler. It's a little less aggressive than the rest of them. The SS1 LE spoiler extends on to the side of the car on the fender. This is a little smaller, but it's a good accent, like the black accents on here. And what else we got going on? Not too much on the outside, but going into the inside, we can see we got the red knee pads, and that's like the 100 Gang Nate special. See, we got the Bose audio system going on here. We got the official window sticker. So this car, the original MSRP is $40,555, and we got some good options on here. This thing is about fully loaded as the LT1 can get. So you see the sunroof up there. It's a $900, well, it's $1,000 option. Dual mode exhaust, $995. We have the technology package, which includes wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. We got the Bose system that I just mentioned, the red on the interior, the red brake calipers, the knee pads, all those kinds of things. So being the SS1 LE owner and the ZL1 owner, this thing will not have the magnetic ride control, and I think that's where the Camaro shines. But I haven't driven one without the magnetic ride control, so I don't know how it's going to be. So that's what we're about to see today, driving the base level. So if you don't know, I had a Mustang GT. It was a base of 2019, and I didn't love the thing. I liked it, loved the engine and everything, but like the low-end radio, the 4-inch display, that was trash. So I tend to not like the base models, but this car, you can option it up with some features. So we'll see how we liking it, and let's see how this non-magnetic ride control is, because I've never been in the Camaro without it. Let's hop our keister up in here. So sitting up in here, notice a few differences. Like, this is nice that we got the leather, but these seats are cloth. Start this thing up. Buckle up for safety. Forgot about our auto rev match right there. How do I adjust this thing? All right, so what I noticed from the car that I had, the ZL1 and the SS1 LE, we got a different interface up here in the middle. Got a small screen. And the ZL1 and SS1 LE, it was all digital, and I believe the SS as well. No heated and cooled seats. We still do have these rotary dials here, and for our modes, our track modes, there's only Tour, Sport, and Snow and Ice. So I'm going to put it in Sport mode because yeah, that's what we're doing. Let me go through the menus real quick. Do I still remember how to do this? Settings. I just want to make sure all my drive modes are set up the way that I want it to be. Engine mode, auto. So if I got it in sport mode, it's going to do sport mode. If I got the steering in sport mode, it's going to do that as well. So we're all good. In my Camaros, I used to have the steering always in sport mode, and everything else was the mode selector. Let me turn some AC on in here. And shout out to the previous owner of this vehicle. I know him. Didn't get a chance to do the video together, but we'll link up soon. He's in the cars like me. So let's get this show on the road. Steering wheel feels, oh, I was used to the Alcantara steering wheel, so this is different. And then, of course, in your ZL1 and SS, we had the badge right here. This is plastic. These red things, the red knee pads, these are actually pretty good because it's softer than the hard plastic. So I think that's a worthwhile upgrade to put right there. Coming from the M2, visibility is less. A little bit floaty. Oh crap, messing up everywhere. So just coming from the M2, the clutch pedal in the M2 is heavier than this. And from being a Camaro owner, I thought the Camaro had a good clutch. I do prefer the clutch of the Mustang more. I guess compared to the BMW's clutch is heavier than both, because I thought that the Camaro and the Mustang felt similar, but the bite point on the clutch on the Camaro is higher and the Mustang is down low. I honestly don't even know where it's at on the BMW. Can't recall right now. But also coming from the BMW, like I said, the visibility is worse in here. This shifter, I really love the shifter in the Camaros. Like, people don't say, like, they normally think Porsche and Honda when they talk about great shifters. I think the Camaro is up there too. This is a really good shifter. Shout out to the Elantra N. So these rotary dials are cool. This is how you select the fan speed, turn the whole knob, and the temperature is on the left and right, but I gotta set the low, the AC on. Take that off, defrost. I need that in my face. Oh my God. So this car only has 2,000 miles on it, and like I just accidentally hit this rev match, or the paddle shifters. That's auto rev match. So I always turn that off. I like to do the Lord's work myself. Powerful car, naturally aspirated. 6.2 liter V8, 455 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque. And then we got the slowest drivers in the world turning. This shifter in here is so good. The Camaro is my standard for like driving, man. There's a little bit of body roll in here. Nothing crazy, but you do notice it. Like, coming from an SS1 LE, you'll notice the body roll driving on this car. the way this shifter works. Love those pops in this car. Like, this car has the character. It's a torque monster too, so you don't have to rev it out to get into the power band. Oh dang, these semi trucks about to ruin my fun. Hey man, we about to just pull over and let them do what they gotta do. For $40,000, can you really beat this? Not as far as the engine, you just cannot. If you had a base model one of these, it's probably like the greatest value of all time. And I like the way that this is optioned out too. And you can do a few appearance packages. I forgot what they were called, but like I said, check out Blueprint's channel. He did one with the guy TY. He had a Rapid Blue LT1, like fully optioned out to like $44,000. When you get that high, I think you just should get an SS. All right, letting those trucks go through. No slippage in here at all. It just goes. Even around those corners. That's the Camaro. I like to compare it to a Porsche of the American cars, that is, because it kind of just sticks and goes. Not the ZL1, but the SS1 LE. Press the pedal down, it goes. The traction control keeps you very safe. See, it does that gear shift from 1 to 4 to save on gas. So that removes your gas guzzler tax for all the Camaro owners. I hate that a lot because it kind of forces you to go from first gear to fourth gear. You'll be like bogging the engine down, but it's so you won't have to pay that the gas guzzler tax on these SS's. It happens around like less than 20 miles an hour. What I noticed on the SS1 LE. Okay, I see traction control kicking in. Let's turn it off for a quick bit, see what happens. Told y'all I'm getting good. Yeah, so tires want to break through, but these tires ain't as wide as the SS1 LE, so that's the nature of the beast. And they look like all seasons as well, but they get the job done for what you want to do. So if you're not going to the track, you don't need the SS1 LE. And when I had my SS1 LE, I never took it to the track. But I like the way it looks a lot. Like the SS1 LE is a good looking Camaro. Somebody answer me this in the comments. If you don't have MPP, will your Camaro make all those crackles and pops? Because I need to know. I was asked that, and I don't know, because I don't think I've ever driven one without MPP as well. Let's use some passing power real quick. When I tell you I'm at home in the Camaro, I'm at home. But I ain't answering my door. Cause did you call before you came? Nope. Don't even need to downshift to pass people. Cause we got a V8 naturally aspirated. Whole lot of power. But really, the Alpha chassis, that's the magic of the Camaro. That's what would make me choose this over its competitors, is the chassis. It's a very, very lively chassis. And I was talking to race car friends on his comment where he said there's more cars that's precise. I disagree. In a gentlemanly way, like, I disagree. This is the most precise car that I have driven. I don't think there's much else on top of the Camaros. Very direct. Wherever you point, it goes. Steering feel is there, even though these things are like electronic. They did a really good job simulating like a hydraulic system. Shifter, very mechanical, great feel. But this thing, I like the magnetic ride control in it. It's easy to rev match downshift on your own. not better than the SS1 LE, I can tell you that. But there's body roll in here. The suspension isn't as tight as the SS1 LE. It does soak up the bumps pretty well. We got a nice amount of sidewall on here. So the SS1 LE and the ZL1, them boys are on rubber bands, but you got a little bit of meat on the tires. So I've been asked a lot of times, which Camaro should I get? Like, a lot of people like the SS1 LE, and they're saying, should they get like an SS, or what Camaro should they get? If you're not taking your Camaro to the track, you don't need the SS1 LE, but it depends on the kind of buyer you are, because I believe there's a buyer out there for everything. I would get the SS1 LE on looks alone. Like, if that's within your budget, the LT1, should you get this over the SS? Me personally, I like the looks of the SS better. But if you want a budget and you don't need to go in like a road course handling, if you want to build a fast go straight car, this would be it, because it's got less features on here. It's like less weight. This is the lightest of all of those. So if you want to put like a drag pack on here, radials, this would be the setup to get, is the LT1. It all depends on what your goals are. Like, if you want a comfortable cruiser, they all do it well. I'll give the slight nod to the ones with magnetic ride control, because it floats like a cloud, but it still handles really well. And when you put that boy in track mode, that thing is tight, like so tight. And to be honest, I think I somewhat ruined my suspension on my ZL1 once I put the iBox springs on it, because it rode much better before I put the iBox on. But I never did the zero out calibration for my ride height, because the dealership didn't know what they were doing. Don't like Chevy dealerships like that for the service, but the salesman was great. Shout out to Nate. So who was the LT1 for? If you want a sports car, you got the V8 on the budget, or if you just don't need everything that the SS offers and above, LT1 all the way. If you're satisfied with the looks, LT1. Like, there's no reason to go SS if that's all you want is the V8, because it gives you the same sound and it's the same shell of a car, minor differences, and you can always modify the car to look how you want them to look, even though that whole front fascia is different. Like, you can't just swap off a SS front bumper and put it on the LT1. And this car doesn't have the E-diff. Like, when I had my setup on the ZL1, I was running into a problem with the H-pipe, because the E-diff was sticking out back there. So this car doesn't have the E-diff on it either. One thing I'm going to say before I wrap up this video, can you daily drive a Camaro? Absolutely yes. It's gotten a bad rap for the visibility. The visibility isn't unlivable. Like, you can live with the visibility. Like, I did for like 2-3-ish years. I forgot how long I had my Camaros, but you can do it. It's less visibility, but it's not a hindrance to where you're unsafe driving. Set your mirrors. That's all you got to do. Set your mirrors. You can see everything. Like, if you look behind you, you're not gonna see jack, because that window is messed up or is a terrible design. But that's what your rear view mirror is for, so you can see directly behind you. And if you get like a 2SS, you can get the mirror camera, or the rear view mirror that is a camera. You can configure and modify that to the sight that you want to see, so that's helpful. Shout out to the sunroof, man. Let that light in, let the sunshine in. Shout out to the City of Cars Buying Center. That's where, if you want to sell your car, you take it to this building, Civic Type R right there. But where I'm at is the showroom. That's where we keep all of the good stuff. I mentioned the base Mustang GT, the 2019 that I had. I get a slight edge to this. It's got the bigger screen, man. Ford put a 4-inch display in here. Y'all crazy, man? That was terrible. But they're pretty similar. Like, the handling, it left something to be desired on the Mustang, and it's kind of similar on here. Like, the handling is much better on here than the Mustang, though. Like I said, that Alpha chassis. All the power that you need in the world for a daily. Naturally aspirated. These things are reliable and a great bargain. Back safe and sound at City of Cars. Shout out to them once again for providing me with another vehicle. Go check out their website, cityofcars.com. Check out their Instagram, TikTok. They're on Facebook. All social medias, go check them out, give them a follow. They make some cool videos. Shout out to Jose for always doing the hard work behind those accounts. So another thing with the Camaro, like the visibility, you can see out when you're driving forward, but parking can be a chore. And this car doesn't have the parking sensors. It does have a rear view camera, which thankfully they're all standard, as a FMVSS 111 or 211 being instated in 2018. But this car, if you're backing in, like, parking sensors help out a lot, but the rear camera, it does most of the work for you. And parallel parking in these things, is a B word. Cannot lie about that. Scuffed my tires on my ZL1 because it's really, the belt line of the windows are really high, so it's hard to see what's on the side of you. So you kind of got to know the car. But if you're a normal person and keep your car for an extended period of time, as you should, then you'll get used to the car and the surroundings and you'll know better. But if you switch up every year like me, then every car is like, what am I driving today? I don't know. You kind of forget the feel of it. But the Camaro, going back into it, felt very natural. Like just the driving feel, it felt, well, just the shifter and the steering. I'll say it feels, the shifter definitely better than the M2. And the steering connectivity, the steering connection is really good and it works really well. But I do like the clutch feel and the BMW, and the brakes are way stronger in the BMW to me. I like the feel of the brakes too. So that's all I got for you all today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video of the LT1 as a former ZL1 and SS1LE owner. My SS1LE was a 1SS, by the way. And hopefully you found some value in that. But I'm going to leave you all with that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, browse my channel, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.